Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Where y'all at? My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. I don't have not one comment here. Something's wrong. Uh-oh, we have technical difficulty. Oh, there you are. Hi, Lane Berry. Glory. I don't think that's playing with God just to sing spiritual songs at the church, is it? We got good news for Babe Nation. We did it, Joe. So, of course, we'll never get credit for it, but I think we finally influenced the fire monster that the right thing to do is to give them people back their money without question. No matter what we've said about no refunds or what we said about you got to send us all this information or receipts and all this stuff, it is over. Now, we don't have confirmation until people start actually getting their money, but the fire monster has come on today to announce that she has surrendered and she has given these people back their money, which is the right thing to do, right? So we are celebrating you, Babe Nation, although we accept that you have been trained to hate us all, and especially the Timothy Blaine. You have been trained to hate us. You are still black people. You are still our brothers and mainly our sisters, and we want you to win. So people, don't be proud. Don't feel like you're being faithful. Get your money. If she is passing out the money, and Lord knows we don't know why she's passing out the money, she just doing it and saying this is the right thing to do. But apparently there's been much scuttlebutt, that means gossip, about people actually contacting the Better Business Bureau. But we can't assume anything. All we know is we want you people to get your money back in your pockets. Why? Because it is the right thing to do. Right? Okay, so we're celebrating that. This sector, we got some bad news today. We won't be talking about this a whole lot, but Nicole took time to come online to clear things up. So apparently she just needs to vent. She needs to tell people here about her situation. So Nicole is sick. She really is sick. She believes, and she's entitled to believe whatever she wants to believe, that after she got the COVID shot, it made her sick. Today she said that she actually has COVID virus. So, I mean, Nicole can believe whatever she wants to believe. Nobody's judging her. But if you have COVID virus, so far we never heard of the injection given to anybody COVID. We've heard of people having reactions to the shot, but not giving them COVID. So if you got COVID, that very same shot might be saving your life, because this is what they propose. They're saying that this thing does. Even if you do get COVID, then so she probably already had COVID when she got the shot, but you won't end up on a ventilator. Perhaps you won't get as sick. Unfortunately, the lady has other issues. They've discovered cancer in her body and so forth. And I know so clearly how that feels. If you guys remember, 3 years ago, this thing happened to me. So it's a good thing that she went in, because if she didn't go into the doctors, or they wouldn't have tested probably her blood and found that she has cancer. I think it's bone cancer, whatever. So we're praying for Nicole Tyler. We want her to get better. We don't want anybody to be in pain. Bone cancer is a very painful thing. Apparently she's had a lot of pain in her spine. She didn't realize that it was cancer. She thought it was arthritis. So we're just hoping the best for her. But we don't want people to get scared. We don't want people to get scared and say, well, Nicole got sick, so I mean, I can't take these shots. We can't sit here for a whole year saying, wanting this thing to go away and thinking we're not going to do anything, like Donald Trump said, and it's just going to go away by itself. Remember, this is the same thing that Donald Trump said when we had 5 cases. It's going to just go away. It didn't go away. Now we're present. It's over 1 million people here affected. What's a lot more than 1 million? Whatever. I'm not keeping up with the numbers. Millions of people have been infected now with COVID virus because he didn't do anything. So since we have the option of these medications, I think we're going to have to use them. Right? That's just my personal belief. Now, Nicole can believe whatever she wants to believe, but I think this might be helping her, and hopefully she'll take the second vaccine as well. The doctors will have to decide that. They are the professionals. We can't keep diagnosing ourselves, people. She doesn't know if she got it, if the vaccine gave it to her, or she already had it, or she contracted it just after that, or she contracted it while she was in the hospital getting the vaccine. We don't know. That's what doctors are for. That's what they're trained for. That's where they're going to school over 10 years for, right? People, please do not commit yourself to not taking these shots. You know, you can follow the news reports and all that, but we can't be like QAnon, honey. We can't be not QAnon, believing all kinds of conspiracies that people are trying to kill us and all this kind of stuff. We can't do it. We can't afford to do it. That thing, it is affecting black people and brown people more than anybody else in this country. We can't be stupid. We can't do it. So whenever it becomes available, I think they're up to 65-year-olds here. I think we're going to have to trust that these people are not lying to us. All media is not lying to us. All the government is not lying to us, because we occasionally get a report of someone who's become sick. So we're praying for Nicole Tyler. We want her to get better. And we especially want her not to be in pain. But since she reached out or made it the point to tell us about this thing, then she must need the support. Right? Okay. Hi, y'all. Hi, Lane Berry. Trap Lord and Kelly Hans. Kelly Hans sound like Goldie Hans. Goldie Hawn, what her name was. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing here? Live right now. There's a lot of people live right now. Well, baby, I ain't gonna be here for a minute, but I don't really adhere to this thing where, you know, you have to let other people go live and you can't go live at the same time they go live. Because the thing is, some people, they do live for 7 hours. So what do? You stop your life because somebody else is live? A few people you can watch here. Myself, I don't see the big difference between live and what do you call it? Y'all know I ain't got no words. Anyway, I watch the replay anyway on all of them. So I don't know if that makes that much difference. But yeah, I never check to see who's live before I go live and things like that. I don't think it's all that important. You do just as well with your replays. And in fact, your replays have commercials in them, so you actually get paid for the replays. Anyway, how y'all do? I think what Nicole did, it really did take me back, though. I remember so clearly when they told me that. You know, you hear the C word, you panic. It's scary. It's a very scary thing to do. A very scary thing. Fortunately, they got lots and lots and lots of treatments and ways to treat people these days. They went in there and cut mine out. But if I hadn't been there, the doctor, for something else, I would never even known I had it. So here, I've experienced a lot of death lately. People my age or younger than me. I've experienced a lot of that lately. People from our church. And it seems to be when they catch cancer in this stage 3, 4, it's really, really hard. It involves all this chemo. Because they caught me in stage 1 is the reason why they can just cut it out. So if you have healthcare, use it. Right? I had an MRI just last week. They found a little spot. They don't know if it's cancer or not, but I'll be there. Whenever they tell me to be there, I'll be there, honey. You just got to trust your doctor. If you don't trust your doctors, honey, get different doctors. If you can't go in there and your doctor can't tell you it is safe for you to take this vaccine and I think you should take it, if they can't say that to you and you don't trust them, then you need to have another doctor. Because we got to be able to trust these people, right? They're the ones who've been educated in this thing and put the time in. They're the professionals. We don't know shit. We know we're sick. Bless her little heart, though. It was so sad to hear that. So people, I think what we can take from the situation with Nicole is you have to be sensitive, people. People's health, stop teasing people about their health status and things like that. People can drop dead at any moment, honey. I already know I could be out of here at any time. So it's not a funny thing, right? Be sensitive. So when we're dealing with Nicole, at least we know what the situation is with her. So be sensitive, people. Lady Knuckles, what did you do? They done took you out of here. Hi, Timothy Blaine. You said nice. What did you do? They had to take your comment out of here. What about show, man? Is he giving money back? I don't know nothing about show. The show, man. Is he giving money? I don't know nothing about that, baby. I don't know a damn thing about that. Apparently, her event, it started off as just being a little event like that took place in San Antonio, where it was, I think, eight people or something like that. And it kept growing and growing and growing. So the claim was that they had now something like 100 people, right? Of course, you know, people do lie, so we don't know the exact numbers, but the event got much bigger. And so the money got bigger, right? So we don't know how much people were involved with show man's. I never thought of his name being show man. Okay, the man in charge. His event was much smaller, this Vegas thing. But yes, it's a good question. It is a good question. So the Fire Monster, now first she said she had collected $20,000. That would be 100 people, 200 apiece. But now she's saying it's $10,000. Well, if she's willing to pay out $10,000, I think we should just take the money and go and run with it, honey. We don't know any actual numbers. You know, these personalities, they tend to exaggerate any things anyway. But don't be ashamed, people. And Babe Nation, no matter what you think about us, what you've been taught to think about us, we're happy for you to get your money back. So there's a good possibility that one of these agencies, like the Better Business Bureau or somebody, has communicated to her that she needs to get that money back. Because apparently several people have been behind the scenes complaining about this refund or drawing attention to her little event. My guess. Or maybe she just did it because she got a holy moment. Who knows, honey? Don't be remiss. That money is yours. Get it. If you want to give it back to her for the event, wait till the event. Wait till we're out there again and just give it again if you want to. If you give me my money back, I can trust you. I'm gonna give it to you. $200 it ain't all that. Some people collecting 10,000. So, you're talking about his event, Vegas event, or are you talking about the actual show? Show man ain't giving up no $50,000. They don't know. Shall they spent that money as fast as they got it? Every diamond that's gone, but they were never supposed to get that back in a refund. That's supposed to be an investment. But you have to have abide by certain rules even when you invest. That's why they always catching all these white collar criminals. But you can't just take people's money and do whatever you want to do with it. If you collect it for a certain thing, you have to use it for that certain thing, honey. You have to invest it. If you say you invest, that's what a Ponzi scheme is. Ponzi scheme is when they're taking in the money, and then the new people, they're constantly raising money, right? And when they raise all this money, they pay a dividend to the people who are already in the scheme, right? So the people who are already in the scheme, they believe they're actually getting dividends on investments, but they're not getting dividends on investments. They're simply using the money from the new people, the new investors, and paying them whatever little bit, shaving it off the top to pay them to keep the Ponzi going. But you have to constantly keep the money going, Ponzi going, right? It's like with Bernie Madoff. He kept it going for, I don't know, somewhere between 25, 30 years, right? But the moment the economy tanked and the money wasn't coming in, he couldn't pay all those investors. And I'm sure he ate through a lot of the money that he'd already stolen. Anyway. Hey, everybody. What else is going on? Hey, Timothy. Hey. Oh, okay, what about the show? Okay. Okay. I don't believe anything she says. It probably is some kind of lie. You don't believe, okay, you were talking about two different women here. So Nicole's situation is absolute. She is absolutely very sick. Even to the point where she even described what's going on with her body. If you want to go over there and see what's going on with her, just go over to Nicole Tyler's page. I don't think anybody's going to come and walk away from that thinking she's playing any kind of game. So I think maybe you're talking about the other, the Fly Monster, who is healthy, so we can talk about her. It's probably some kind of lie. I hope maybe before she was always saying, oh yeah, if you want a refund, call me by a certain day. She had all these rules and regulations, right? So why was she all of a sudden just saying now, okay, I'm giving everybody their money back? She was motivated to do that. I think that one of these people who have complained to the Better Business Bureau or whatever bureau's in charge in Chicago have told her that you absolutely must give these people back their money. Because when she came on today, she says she's passing out $10,000. That's what she collected. You ain't got to jump to no hoops. She said she has the records there. We do need confirmation that the people actually got their money. It ain't our money. I mean, it's not like that, but we don't want to see people getting ripped off kind of thing, right? So maybe we'll never know the real story behind why she has suddenly decided to give the money back. Whether she is influenced by us, which is doubtful because she don't really give a damn what YouTubers say. My guess would be some agency has instructed her to do that. Okay. Okay, Aranda McGee. Uncle Tim, that is exactly what them people did. They got in touch with the people and they're giving her trouble. Right. So she's concerned about this other business she's trying to start. Somebody has influenced her to give that money back, honey. She didn't just all of a sudden out of nowhere just decide to give all the damn money back. It was hard. It was like pulling teeth to get even a few trickles. So before, maybe 2 months ago, she said that the people in Babe Nation were going to pay each other back. So she wouldn't have to pay out anything, right? Today she came on totally different. I'm giving you all your money back. See, before she was counting on people saying, no, it's okay, fine, babe. Oh, you go use it for the right purposes, fine, babe. Oh, we know you're good for it, fine, babe. And people would not get, they would be embarrassed to ask for their money back, right? So now apparently she's committed to giving all the money back. So if it's $10,000, of course she always exaggerates everything. So at first it was $20,000, but now when it's come time to actually give it back, she's $10,000, right? But a $10,000 payout, that's cool. I guess some of them already got it back anyway, a few. But she shamed them into letting her keep the money, So whatever. We're hoping that for the best of you guys. Ain't nobody got no money to be just passing out for nothing, honey. You can get it again and be sick. Okay. Oh, you mean the situation? Nicole felt like she was totally healthy when she went in and got the shot. A few days later, she was sick. So she's blaming it on the shot. But the shot may be the very thing that saves her life, is my opinion. Because she said she has COVID virus. The shot does not give you COVID virus. And the shot does not inspire. I see someone else did on there. I think it's Conscious was talking about are showing bottles in his thumbnail about the vaccine. People don't fall for this. We are not no damn QAnon. I'm sick and tired of people treating black people like we're the stupidest motherfuckers on earth, because here we sitting there talking about we're losing numbers like nobody else in this country, and we're sitting there we talking we ain't gonna take the shot. We got to stop being so stupid, right? And think rationally and talk to your doctors. I only hope for returning to normal is this damn vaccine. To say I'm not going to do nothing, I'm just going to sit here and it's going to go away, it sounds just like Donald Trump's theory. And here he's the president of the United States and he still got it. And damn near everybody in the White House got it. Following behind him. I'm going to eat vegetables. Girl. Anyway, I can't tell people what to do with their own goddamn body. I'm just telling you. Don't be stupid, people. Hi, Squeenie. Where you go? The people say hello to you. I'll give my baby his dinner in a minute. He really is enjoying this damn steak, though. He had lost interest in food for a minute for his chicken dinners, and now he's all excited. He gets all, whenever else I say, I can't say the word because he knows a few words, right? Like, watch this. Watch. Are you watching? Pay attention. Bone. See, now I'm supposed to be getting up, going to the refrigerator to get him a bone out. Bone. See that? See, they know words, and they know what bone means. But I can't be playing with him. When I say that, I got to get up and go and get him a bone out of the refrigerator, or he's going to lose its meaning. We'll do that later, baby. Telcan D3. My neighbor tested positive a week after her first vaccine. They said she probably had it before the injection. Right. Yeah, they don't tell us so much about people who already have COVID, how effective this injection is when they already have COVID, right? Like an HIV vaccine is not going to have any effect on me because I'm already HIV positive. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have a lot. I don't think we have a lot of data about that situation. So more than likely, if she got it a week late, she got sick a week later. They said she had COVID. If she has COVID, you couldn't have got it from the vaccine, right? The vaccine might have been a coincidence. We're people of faith, and she's a woman of faith. It might have been God getting her into the place, because now they done found this cancer, which bone cancer is a very serious thing. She said that she's not going to do chemo in her video today. And I'm hoping that she's going to do whatever her doctors tell her to do. I hope we're not making decisions based on our religious beliefs, or we feel like we can eat vegetables and stuff like that. Listen to your doctors, honey. And if you don't trust your doctors, get other ones. Change doctors to somebody you can actually trust. And even if you trust them and you feel like you need a second or a third opinion, then get it. But we can't just hang around thinking things are just going to go away by themselves, because they don't. They don't go away. If I didn't go to the surgery for cancer 3 years ago, the cancer would have progressed. Right now, I'd be in stage 4 of cancer. I didn't do anything exceptional. I said, well, what do you think? What is the situation? And what do I need to do next? So their doctors are always telling me stuff, and I just do what they say do. Now they're telling me about my damn A1C or blood sugar. So I don't know all the details about what that means. All I know is here's the pill and you take it. And what else do I need to do? I know what all the dietary stuff, but I've been through so many things as far as my health that I just learned to follow instructions. But don't be coming on here discouraging other people from getting this vaccine is what I'm saying. And I'm not going to be criticizing that lady right now. She's going through a really, really rough time. I'm just going to say for us, totally aside from that, we need to really think about getting this vaccine when it's available to us. And we can't be just sitting up here just sounding like one of these conspiracy theorists. I guess it's on right now on CNN. They're doing this QAnon thing. The things that they believe, it's mind-boggling. It's no wonder that they follow Trump so diligently, because they believe, I mean, just the strangest shit. We can't be believing, oh, I ain't gonna take no vaccine. Well, explain, why aren't you taking the vaccine? Well, you think you're the one out of 50 million people that's going to drop dead from it? I mean, of course they're going to have occasional cases of somebody got sick from or had a reaction. Every time I get a shot for anything, they always say wait in the office for 15 minutes or whatever, because they know there's a chance that you could fall out. But so far, I ain't never fall out in 60 years. But I still got to sit there for 15 minutes. So don't get all caught up in one case. Oh, there was a case in Australia. A lady in Australia took the vaccine, and she fell out. When did she get back up? Hey, she got up. Anyway, we want to return to health. I'm anxious to be able to go out and talk to people. I mean, how often do I actually talk to a real human being these days? It ain't that often, honey. I don't talk to nobody in the dog park. Talk to the dogs. But, I mean, mostly everything is on here. I would love to get back into the real world, but it ain't going to happen by us sitting in the house talking about we ain't taking it. I ain't taking that. I ain't taking it. Girl, don't sound stupid. If you're going to have a reason for not taking something, then state what the reason is. Other words, take the vaccine and try to get healthy. Do your part. I guess they need something like 70% of us have to take it, or it's not going to work anyway. Herd immunity, I think it's called. When the shot was in the hospital for 2 months, she's 70. Wait a minute. My lovely one, my mother-in-law got COVID when she got the shot. Okay, she got COVID when she got the shot, was in the hospital for 2 months. She's 70. Right. So you think there's a chance that maybe she already had COVID? Are you suggesting that COVID gave her the shot? That doesn't make any sense. So maybe she already had COVID in her body, and maybe the shot, I mean, overwhelms the system or something like that. I don't know. I don't have all the answers, people. We all have our experiences, and I think it's a good thing, lovely one. You're right. Every time you get a chance to tell what your experience is, that's how we learn. That's how we get better. But for the millions that they're passing out, and we're getting 3 or 4 or 5 cases, I just don't think it's anything to be changing your view on the vaccine about. Some dude in Southeast Africa, he took the shot and he died. Well, how many million people were vaccinated? 2 in my family took ill after the vaccine, but not with the virus. They had soreness and fever, but not COVID. Okay. But that's worth it, though, isn't it? Behind the throne. I mean, if you get a little sore in your arm, isn't that worth it? Isn't that what you have when you get the pneumonia vaccine? They give me a pneumonia vaccine. Well, that hurts your arm a little bit. I mean, how much can an arm hurt, though? You take a Tylenol. It's worth saving your life, I think. Right? So if you got a little soreness and you got a little fever or you got a headache or whatever, you still got to cooperate. Hi, Nikki. Did I speak to you, darlings? Mm-hmm. You're the only moderator here tonight. It's like, let's see, who else got a situation? I ain't getting into this. Bondi, Boo by wife, Boo by wife. I have to sound on everything because of my dyslexia. So don't don't hold it against me, baby. I ain't getting into this with you, Uncle Tim. You're gonna have your opinion, baby. I'm just hoping that it changes so you'll take care of yourself. That's all I'm saying. I don't want us to be left behind and still being the only people on the goddamn planet dying because we're sitting there talking about we ain't taking a shot. And especially not based on something we've seen on YouTube or on the internet. You think they would even allow the people in government to take the shot? They're in charge of the government. Would they allow them to take that if they thought that maybe they're gonna drop dead? She's in the healthcare industry. I don't know if Nicole is a nurse that works in a hospital though. She might work with kids or something or some other kind of nursing. There's more than one kind of nursing. So it seems like she will be around, getting enough information. I just hope she makes the right decisions for her health. That's all. Okay. Telcan D3. The reason I won't take the vaccine is because I feel like there's not enough research of the long-term side effects. So it's a no for me right now. Well, to say right now, it's fine. You continue to pay attention. You make your decision. So you're saying that you feel like it's going to be like some of this stuff where people have been exposed to things, and then years later they develop cancers in the body. Is that what you're saying? Well, we can't wait for that, can we? Well, people do what the hell they want to do. When they tell me, the day they tell me I can get the vaccine, I'm getting it. That's just my opinion. I get vaccines all the time. I would hate to show you guys. Maybe one day I will show you the amount of medications and pills and shit that I take every day. I mean, I take a whole lot of shit to keep me going, keep me alive. And so far, they've been working pretty good. When they don't work, the doctor switch them. Right? That's the whole idea behind healthcare and a doctor you can trust. So the long-term effects, no, there's no way to have a long-term effect because it's only been around a year. Okay, well, that's the difference. I mean, that's something else to look at. The long-term effect. I don't know how long it stays in your body. I don't even know if you would have to take the vaccine every year. Like we got to take the other for flu. We got to take it every year. Will that be it? I mean, they don't even know that yet. Or at least we're not communicating it. Center focused. Here we go. Why does anybody have to explain what their decision is about taking the vaccine? Nobody knows for sure what the end results might be. We need to respect the choice that other people make. Yeah, but we can still talk about it, can't we? Center focused. I mean, we need to be talking about it. Right? I don't think there's anything wrong with asking questions. You ain't got to explain it, but do you know how many of them, what do you call them, Jehovah's Witnesses children done died because they're talking about God's going to save their children and their kids sit up there, could have been helped, could have been saved. Oh, I'm going to eat vegetables and my God's going to help me and save me. Well, that's a religious point of view, but you put that on your kids and killed them. So I don't think there's anything wrong to talk about this. You should be every channel should be talking about it. I mean, it's a huge thing, right? But of course, the people will make their own decision. I mean, I'm not making my decision based on what you think, right? I don't think you're going to make your decision based on anything I think. But we can still talk about it. Maybe to say people are ignorant is too harsh a language for me. But it just seems like it's always presented that Black people are so far behind everybody else. They got to be specially convinced. I don't like that shit. Mandates. Some of y'all going to run into a situation where they're not going to let you come back to work unless you take the vaccine. They're not going to leave it up to you because you're exposing other people because of your beliefs. So you believe that you're invincible and that you will fight this thing off, but they're not going to let you come into their factory and infect the factory because of your beliefs, if you're going to work for them, you're going to come in their building, and you're going to interact with other people, then they're going to make that decision for you, right? So let's hope people are not going to lose their jobs because of their beliefs. Timothy Blaine, you got bad. Who got bad feet? What the hell? What the? I ain't bothered. Oh, the alien. Oh. How you know I got bad feet, Miss Distant Lover? Distant love. I even sang to you a couple of days ago. And you already watching that alien. I'm through with her, honey. I ain't thinking about the alien. I'll tell you this. That video she made, girl, don't make me go and research. She got something like 36,000 views on that video she made about Dineva, right? How much money is that? 30-something thousand views. She made a few $100s off of that damn video. But the kicker is his number is something like 180,000 views. So ain't nobody losing, honey. You ain't got to be sticking up for no damn alien. The alien comes out direct. Then today she released, I see she released in a separate video, the video of this walkthrough of her property again. This thing, unless you're cutting us checks, we don't give a damn about your damn property. You ain't over in 6 years. You want what we supposed to feel? Don't cry for me. What's her name? Alien monster. The truth is, we never liked you. Clicks and views. Baby, Dineva, he came on here and he has got over there 185,000 views on that response to the alien. Now that when he was going into it with Kaya, he came on and showed us how much money he made on one of these. Of course, I wouldn't know because I never got numbers like that. He showed us what he made on one video, and it was something like $1,600. Girl, are y'all making $1,600 for a 45-minute video? Don't worry about them people. They're doing just fine, honey. $1,600 he made on one video on Miss Kaya. I don't know what the numbers were. They couldn't have been much more than 160,000 people, though. Y'all realize that some of these people are millionaires, right? So we beef, our little stuff goes on, every day. We do this every day. But even if they don't have beefs like that all the time. They might have one or two beefs for their entire year. But when they do, people come to watch, right? And they pay them very well. $1,600 for 45 minutes work. Who's winning? So I'm sorry if I offend you, distant lover. Ooh, how can you treat my heart so mean and cruel? Did you know, sugar? You can like me and her. Just click off of me until this thing blows up. It blow over in a couple of days, honey. We'll be talking about something else completely different by tomorrow. Ain't nobody thinking about that woman. She's not even part of this sector. She'll come over. I see she's doing her victory tour now because her numbers look pretty good too. Still 30, 40,000 for one video. She made about 3 of them now. What is that? About 120,000 views. So she's got a couple of grand out of it as well. So they'll do it for a couple of days. Then it'll be the end of that. If there was a herpes vaccine, whoa, if there was a herpes, don't you say if there was a herpes vaccine behind the throne as I'm putting lip balm on my lips? What the hell what are you trying to say, girl? For the record, I don't have herpes. I may have pretty much everything else known to mankind, but I don't have herpes. Excuse me. How about other STDs? Yes, if they had a vaccine for herpes, although I ain't kissed nobody in 20 years. Good question, behind the throne. Yes, people in the future will be getting HIV vaccines, and they better take it. They have this PrEP, and they've done miraculous things with HIV, even though they won't say that it's cured or anything like that. I haven't had a detectable viral load since I've been clean. So what is that? Almost 20 years. So undetectable. I mean, I can't pass it on. It's dormant in my system. I facilitate groups for HIV people. So rarely do we even discuss anything about HIV anymore. I mean, that's what the group was formed for, but they're not having those kind of issues anymore. So medicine advances, but we got to take advantage of it, honey. Oh, you're going to take those pills. So what, you take a pill, you get used to it. After it takes 26 days for you to form a new habit. So if you take this pill for 26 days consistently, you can turn it into a new habit. So I don't even realize that I'm taking all these pills every day because I just take it automatically. What's the point of developing all this medication and so forth and bitching about health care if you ain't gonna take it, right? Right. Share your experiences, Rhonda. We need to be talking about it. No, don't sit over just I ain't doing that. You can't be so stubborn, honey. Your own convictions based on what? I heard. Who here? Which one of these is saying they won't take the vaccine? That's not my words. What is that? Yeah, we need to talk to you some more. And maybe you just need a little bit more convincing. Maybe we need to vaccinate another 10 million people before you feel like, well, I think they would have died by now. If they're going to die, they're going to fall out. They should have fell out by now. Right? But if that's what it takes for you to be confident, honey, but don't push it. That's one thing you should be learning from this experience with this lady. Don't push it, honey, because you might end up getting it before you decide to make the decision. You still fitna. Ooh, that'll preach. You still fitna, and this thing that came and knocked you in the back of your head. You see what I'm saying? So don't think too long. It's not even our issue now. Most of us are not 70 years old. I think you have to be, we're not up to 65. We're up to 70, something like that here, except for healthcare providers. You think those people would actually be injecting that stuff into all the healthcare providers in the country if there was a chance that this was going to actually affect them adversely? And if 2 or 3 or 5 or even 100 people in the whole country pass out for a few minutes, I think we could survive that. We're going to have to, if we want this thing to end, we're going to have to cooperate, honey. Do you guys really want to stay in the house for years? I ain't taking it. So what's going to change? The whole world changes around you? Is that what happens? Where's a view? Hi there, a view is a view. We're glad you're feeling better and getting around. I don't know what your issue was, but I know you were in the hospital for a week or so, right? So I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay, so I think this is from L Love. I think the fact that Black people have been experimented on in the past without their knowledge. Have we? I've heard that, but I don't know what the data is. When were we experimented on? No, I ain't talking about the slavery days. I'm talking about in modern times. What were we experimented on without knowing? And we got cancer from it. I got sick from it. I don't understand that. I'm not criticizing you, L Love. I'm just saying I don't know specifically what was it. What disease was it that they put these drugs in us? Now they used to do this kind of stuff all the time with convicts, inmates. They had to, I guess, sign a waiver or something, but they would do experiments on convicts, people in prison. Maybe they would give them some time off of their sentence. I don't know, but they would experiment on people. Because I mean, it's a whole process way before you get to an actual person to experiment anything on a person. I mean, you got to go through all these animal trials and all these other trials. Now they had to rush this thing So I don't think they will put poison into millions and millions and millions of people. So in other words, we're just going to exterminate the whole world, because that's what would happen if we get the virus to 70% of the people, and then all of a sudden everybody, are they trying to end the world? Black people, we don't have the same history that we had before. We're just regular people. We're just regular people. There's no data saying that this thing affects Black people differently than it affects white people or Chinese people or Mexican people. We're just all just people, honey. We're all fighting the same virus, right? I think I would be a little bit more confident if I had these 2 shots to walk around. That's what it is for me. I'll still be wearing my mask and stuff for a while, quite a while, actually. And most places, you can't hardly go anywhere without wearing a mask. Most stores, at least here in San Francisco, you can't walk into a Safeway. You can't go into a Walgreens. You can't go nowhere without having a mask on. No mask, no service. And they don't give a damn if you got papers showing you got the vaccine or not, honey. Ain't nobody checking on papers at the door. No mask, no service. I love me some Punky Dineva. He's a smart boy. He's looking real healthy now these days, too. I mean, she's over there talking about Junkie Dineva and all this kind of stuff. But look, he got himself together. I haven't seen his apartment tour. Did you guys see? Wait a minute. Hold on. Did you guys see? What's that dude's name? The young Black kid. God damn it! Here I go again. What's the young Black kid that does was in Kinky Boots? I know y'all gonna tell me. Todrick Hall. Did y'all see that boy's house? Now I've seen this Jeffree Star and these cosmetic people who have become millionaires on YouTube. I've seen their homes. They live in these great big old mansions. Even some of these young kids are living in great big old mansions and all that kind of stuff. But this boy, Todrick Hall, a regular little house in Los Angeles is $1 million now. This town's living up in the hills in this grand, beautiful, goddamn mansion in the sky. With swimming pools, indoor swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool. I mean, grand rooms, beautiful furnishing, all this kind of stuff. He must be doing very, very well. Because a single bungalow on the flats is $1 million. He's way up on top of the hills. Where a house has got to be $10-15 million. Todrick, and he came from right here on YouTube. Ain't that something? I was very impressed by it. Y'all know I like interiors and stuff. A couple months ago, he showed us his place, and it was just all tchotchke kind of stuff, collectibles or things that shows he's been in and all this kind of stuff. Well, this new house, apparently it was they brought in stagers with this high-end furniture. So he just mixed all of his memorabilia, I guess what you call it, his memorabilia in with this real modern high design furniture. It's absolutely gorgeous. He's living high. I don't think he's 30 years old. Absolutely beautiful home. Plain beefs. Paid beefs. But them people be, I mean, imagine that. It may go over there, got 180,000 views from a video he did yesterday. Did it run 45 minutes? I don't know. It might not even been that long. He made a couple $1,000 in a few minutes. Mr. Tim, please read my super chat. Well, you got a super chat? Where's it at? I don't see it. Where is the super chat, honey? I love super chats. But I don't see it, honey. What did you say? Just where you at? Let me see. I don't think I got a super chat. Unless you mean a Cash App. I said, please read my Melinda Jaden. Now you got me. It gives me pause. Where the hell's the super chat? I don't see it. What did you say? You don't got to give me money to say something. Something is wrong with the super chat button. I'm way behind. Okay, let me get caught up then. Okay, hold on. Okay, behind the throne says I'm way behind. Okay, let me get up here. Yes, we're in the military. Okay, simplest experiment. Okay, thank you, Medina. Thank you, Medina. So she's saying the syphilis experiment in Alabama. Okay, see, that's hard facts there. Okay, so they experimented with syphilis, but syphilis is cured now, right? It used to be syphilis would kill you, drive you blind and crazy and everything else. But if they were experimenting before they actually worked out the kinks, I understand why people then would be apprehensive, shall we say, or at least people who were around to have experienced that. Enlisted married. Okay, no choice. They gave black men syphilis. Okay, L. Love knows about it as well. They gave black men syphilis and didn't tell them. Oh, all right. See, I had no idea. Y'all got to remember now, I was a junkie for damn near 20 years. So I wasn't paying attention to nothing. Okay. Syphilis is well documented, Tim. All right. Y'all all know about syphilis. I know I'm stupid. Maybe I understand. I was not paying attention in school. And then I went from the school to the streets. So really, I only been fully alive for the last 18 and a half years where I've been paying attention. Do you still need a mask with the vaccine? Yes, the stores all have right in front of them. Well, now we're on lockdown again. So even the restaurant, they're only takeout only. But pretty much every business, every cab, every Uber, everybody says, if you do not have a mask on, you cannot get in my cab. You cannot come into the store. You cannot go into a restaurant. You can't do nothing without a mask on. So there's no way they're going to know if you had the vaccine or not. It's not like you can go there and just flash papers and then you ain't got to wear a mask. No, it's not how it works. And they wouldn't know when you had it or are you still contagious and everything else. Okay, viewers of you, no one's disputing it. I believe you absolutely, honey. Yeah, I didn't know the story about syphilis. I know they eventually cured syphilis and they eventually cured polio as well. But I didn't know that story. Tuskegee was a 40-year study on 600 black men without their consent. Well, the point is without their consent. Without their consent. So that's dead wrong. Okay. So there's something to consider. You think they would do that nowadays, though? Now? I don't know if they would do that now. But I'm the first to admit I don't know everything, honey. I was not paying attention out there in them streets. Without their consent. So, people with HIV, we went through hundreds of studies before they finally found medication that will work. And I still will get an offer to participate in another study. Sometimes they pay you for the study, and sometimes you just volunteer, to help the process. But you have to get consent. It's not like they're just going to put something in your body. And like I said, maybe they did it in Alabama, but they also did that a lot to inmates in prison. I don't know if a consent or not, or if they were bribed with lesser time. Well, I'm glad that whatever they did with HIV, I'm glad they did it, honey. I'm a living testimony that I'm 32 years. People were dropping like flies for several years. for at least the first 10. Okay, Tuskegee. Yeah, y'all. Everybody agrees on that, so we accept that. And now we have Google, so you can easily Google pretty much anything now, people. Were the people who they injected with syphilis, were they eventually cured, or were there actual people casualties or blindness, or I mean, were people with severe illness? Stop, boy. Get out of here. Go away. Go away. Let's hope those people, I mean, were they eventually, were the experiments successful, or did people actually die? That's what happened to Al Capone, right? It was syphilis. People, well, everybody in that, if you got syphilis, you could die easily. I don't know. Do you think they'll do it right now? Somebody gave you $10 super. Where is it at? I don't understand what's going on with the super chat. Rhonda McGee. How come I don't see it? I'm telling you the truth, though. I don't. Well, thank you. Whoever gave me $10 a super chat. Bless your heart. Thank you. Something's going on with my computer. I don't see any of that. Behind the throne, let me tell you this before you leave. When my spelling starts going south, when I'm writing in my novel, I'll stop whenever the spelling starts going out. I'll start misspelling every other word. Then I know I'm tired. Time to go lay down somewhere. You are right. Boxing, great. Leon Spikes has died. Boxing great. Leon Spikes has died. Okay, I'm not familiar with him, Nappy Child. Also, that guy, someone was telling me today that the guy who wrote or composed that song, Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior, Savior, hear my humble cry. While although I call, calling Savior do. He passed away yesterday. My friend was telling me. What's his name? His name was Douglas Miller. Douglas Miller. Apparently he was a writer-composer. I tried to get him to say, well, did the man write the song? But apparently he's the one that made the song popular. He passed away yesterday. So one thing about all this, it's internet stuff, is we get to hear all these people dying all the time. So it feels like we're just surrounded by death all the time, because everybody we know, as far as celebrity or people in the news and so forth, we hear about these deaths. So every day there's somebody dying. Then when I go to my church website, people are dying. I mean, I know it's part of living, it's part of life, but we're just exposed to a lot more information than we ever were before. Before, we get to watch the news if somebody famous died, and very few of them actually made the news, right? But now we know about all of them. Mm-hmm. I remember that song from when I was a little pickaninny in my family church. The ladies with the white hats on and the white gloves, the ushers, and they had on the white like a nurse, and they had to keep them gloves up so they can catch your ass when you were going. And they would march in, and they had a little step, you know. Da, 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 da. Our church sang that song every week. So that memory has stuck. And of course, we still use it now. Those are classics. Okay. L Loves. Those black men suffered and slowly died. They weren't told they were given syphilis. They were treated as if they were rabbits and not human. How did they give them vaccines though? They had to stand in line to get a vaccine, or they pretended they were giving them something else and actually gave them syphilis as well? It seemed like the families then would even have lawsuits. I don't know how old the story is, but it seems like if my family member had been tricked and given a deadly disease, I would have a lawsuit. My family would have a lawsuit. My survivors would have a lawsuit. Okay, I have to say that one, Ashford. This is why I don't do Facebook too much. It has become an obituary. Yep. Sure enough. People don't read papers no more. You used to have to go to the obituary. You have to go to the newspaper and look up the obituaries, right? And believe me, they were horrendous back in the 80s with the AIDS. But now it's just in your feed. Everybody who's died. Usher was no joke. Usher was no joke. Or the ushers were no joke. I'm an usher at my church. I love that job. I've been doing it for 15 years or so. Well, not in this last year, but unless I was sick, I was always there. Candy, what are you doing being managed? What is this? Tim, you looking for a good time to not hot stuff? I am. Am I hot? What are my breast sister showing? Okay. Do like 5 babe. She loving those twins, and I think she already had that work done that she wanted done. She is loving them twins, them cat suits now, right now, honey. I haven't seen a lot of talk about her little bio. I mean, a few people have spoken about it. I think James is on right now, or he was on when I first started. I think he was at the end of his live. I have to go and see other people's take on those things. This stuff is very fascinating. I mean, I can hardly even sit through a movie anymore. This is much more interesting to me. Yeah, I agree, Janelle. I don't think that the things, even though that there was a horrible thing that happened with Tuskegee, things that happened in apparently Alabama, whatever the situation with syphilis, I don't know that would happen now. I mean, we have to give ourselves some credit for advancing. I don't know if you can keep a secret like that now, particularly with all the litigation, honey. Those doctors, I imagine, scientists have to be real careful. Doctors have to pay. I mean, scientists, I guess the scientists too, their insurance, they say it's like their mortgage payment, the size of their mortgage payment. They got great big old mortgages. Oh my God. They brought the disease. Okay, this is Sable Winters. I'm learning something tonight. They brought the disease home to their, oh, that's right. That would be transmittable by sex. Oh my God. To their women and infected them. My grandmother got it from my granddad. She went blind and crazy. That's what happens. He went crazy and committed. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I forgot about that angle. Because if they injected them with syphilis, that is sexually transmittable. So even though they got it from a needle, they could still transmit it. And that would be doubly horrible because obviously they're going to go and have sex. Let's thank God that they came up with a cure for syphilis. How about that? Nicole Reloaded. Gavin Carter's in here. I'll send him some blessed oil. Ooh, who got that good blessed oil, honey? Where you get it to Dollar General? Okay, excuse me now, Nicole Reloaded. Now, y'all know in the church, they get the blessed oil, right? So you can go to Dollar General and get you a gallon, right? And when the pastor say, baby, it's blessed oil. So then you could take, let's just say on television, I'm just being silly, but on television, they would take that gallon and they would make like 100 of these little vials, and each one of the vials on television is $30 a piece. I should make fun of church stuff. I love church, honey. I love faith. Mm-hmm. Point of contact. Because that oil goes into the skin, baby. Where's Gambage Carter? He's on here. Y'all know that's my best friend, right? I mean, in real life. Here in San Francisco. Where he at? I know he's going to say something smart. Oh, he just said something nice. Oh, what's up, chat and mods? Tim, is it? I told you. What'd I tell you? I said, I know you're going to say something mean and stupid, right? Gambage Carter, what's up, club and chat? Tim is a mean usher to me. No, honey. Gambage is a deacon at the church. And I'm an usher at the church, right? I got to keep them in line, honey. Always keep your deacons in line. Excuse me, deacon. Your slip is showing. Excuse me. Thank you. I was trying to explain to them, Gambage Carter, about this man who composed this song, but I guess I don't know if he wrote it or not. That's the oldest song I can remember in the church. See, Gambage Carter, why can't you come on and just be nice like everybody else? Nicole Reloaded, he's already a slippery demon. See? Okay, I'm going to stop listening to you. So they were being, okay. Okay, L Love. We're getting a lesson here tonight about experiments with syphilis. We don't want people to get paranoid now because this is just history, right? So L Love says, Mr. Tim, those black men were told they were being treated for ailments of bad. Y'all must have studied this stuff. Treated for ailments of bad blood, elements of bad blood. They were essentially lied to and given syphilis. Oh my God. That is some horrible history. I wasn't aware of it. Thanks for pulling me up, honey. Who said I fall behind in my... Okay, I'm not behind now. Where are we at? Okay. Well, baby, Lashana, what else is he supposed to do? He's the president. Get these right. I mean, aren't you guys sick of this shit? I mean, aren't you tired of it? If we're going to get back to normal, well, thank God I ain't got to go, but some people got to go back to work. Some people are not doing all that well on $600 or $700 a month, honey. Some people need to get back to work. We're not going to be able to do anything unless we get this disease under control. And the only way that we know to get it under control, I mean, 500,000 people dead. Those are the ones that are dead. I mean, millions of people who've been exposed to this. Right? Why are we want to hold back? You want more of this? I mean, my experience with vaccines just hasn't. I've never had a bad experience with it, and I've gotten all of them. I have to get pneumonia and flu every year. Well, flu is every year. Pneumonia, I got to get shingles. I got the shingles. That's 2 vaccines I got right before this thing started. It's not been a bad thing for me, so I don't totally understand. I do have sympathy for the situation that I'm hearing about now. I wasn't aware of the situation with syphilis, but we still have to grow up and get past it, though, people. We had no choice. We had no choice unless you're gonna keep eating peanut butter sandwiches and watching TV. So at some point, at some number, I don't know, you got to choose your number. Okay, after 50 million people have taken it, and if only 5 people pass out or die, then I'll take it. Or my number is 100 million people. But see, like someone mentioned earlier, you're not going to get the long term. So you can't live your life in fear. God did not give you the spirit of fear. You can't live your life like at some point, 20 years from now, I might develop something if I take this shot. Now, that's not a way to live, because then you can't do anything for yourself, right? Get these vaccines into people's arms. I agree with him, baby. I'm sorry, Lashana, but we're grown people. We get to make our own decisions. I'm just hoping, just don't close yourself off to you where you've now committed to, I will not take this vaccine. Right? Just don't do that to yourself. Just say, I'm not convinced yet, and just leave it at that. And at some point, because you have to go and get the vaccine, they're not going to come and knock on your door and force a needle into your arm. You're gonna have, it's going to be your decision any damn way. We're just talking about it. We should all be talking about it. We got to get better. Right? Information and your people and people's experiences. If people, when they get their vaccine and they are fine, they should come and tell us. If they get a vaccine and they fall out on the floor for 3 hours or in a coma, they should tell us that as well. So we'll have the information of people's actual experiences. But ain't nothing wrong with talking about it. And I think that Biden's, his mission is clear. He needs to get these needles into these arms, honey. We can't be going back. When did the Tuskegee, when did the thing with syphilis, when did that happen? It had to be before my time, right? So I don't know how far back in history that was. We can't be going living our lives about what happened back then. We can acknowledge that history, but I don't think something like that would happen today in the United States of America. Maybe if somebody like Trump was in charge, he was telling you to put bleach in your goddamn arms, right? If somebody like him was in charge of the government, then yes, something like that could easily happen, because he was giving out all kind of, telling you to go buy this, go buy that. They're probably going to discover that he has an interest in these companies that are ordering all these millions of bogus ass drugs that don't even work. He did that, but I don't think the Biden administration is going to do that. And I think there'll be enough eyes on him that you couldn't get away with it. And baby, my opinions are just that, my opinion. I'm just talking. Okay, agreed was, let me see. Rhonda McGee agreed was reading Phi Babe for filth on that documentary. Who was it? Who agreed? Wait a minute. Make that clearer, Rhonda McGee. Agreed was reading Phi Babe for filth on that documentary. Agreed? What do you mean? Oh, Rhonda McGee agreed. Okay. It's not totally clear there. I'm going to do it. Oh, Lord. Gamage Carter, don't think you're above being blocked, honey. I'll take your ass out of here. Stop insulting Uncle Tim. When I'm on this computer, I'm Uncle Tim, honey. I'm worthy of respect. He's a heathen. Sometimes deacons are heathens too. Don't believe in the damn thing he say. He likes to tease people. Or is that the syphilis situation? What happened there? People who have already been sick with COVID-19 should still be vaccinated, experts say, but they may experience intense side effects even after one dose. Okay. Well, even if the side effects is not going to kill me, I think I still take it. Even if I'm going to have a headache for that day, or I'm going to be sweaty for a couple of days, I think that's not too big a price to pay. So even people with I haven't had no COVID, honey. I ain't hardly touched nobody. Every time I walk out of this house, I got gloves on and my mask, and I don't come nowhere near nobody. The only exception is when you go to the supermarket, because there are people in there. But, you know, they have a space. I adhere to that. But you're touching everything. Everything has been touched. So I wear my gloves in there. And the key thing is, when you get home, you got to take them off immediately, because whatever you picked up on your gloves, you know, you got to throw that away too. I've been pretty careful, but careful don't mean nothing. And you get exposed to something. All it takes is just being exposed to it one time. So I would feel a lot more confident if I had the vaccines. So bless Nicole's heart, but I still think that the vaccine might have saved her from ending up very, very sick, because apparently she is very, very sick, honey. She's very, very sick, and it's COVID. So it's COVID, and then other things they discovered in her body. But thank God they did discover those other things in her body, so at least it can be treated, or at least they'll be aware of it, right? So we continue to pray for her. I just felt so bad for her. And people, be sensitive. We don't need to be talking about that, not in any kind of negative way. Leave people's health alone, honey, because you don't know when something could hit you or hit your mother or your father or your children. We don't got to be acting. We don't got to be clowns all the time, is what I'm saying. Everything is not worth it. It's not a joke. Everything is not a joke, honey. Everything ain't funny. I mean, nobody's going to think the situation with her is funny, but if we weren't aware of her situation, people might let things slip out of their mouth, which are stupid and silly. That maybe if you were being insensitive, right? So I think it's still good to talk about stuff. I don't mind talking about any of my health issues. I don't have a problem with it. It's just not like I have all these secrets. Oh, we gotta keep it a secret. Oh, you said this. Oh, you said it yourself. Oh, girl, I don't give a goddamn. If I cared about it, I wouldn't say it. And sometimes you can support other people who are going through, because you ain't the only one going through by yourself. People in this chat here got all kind of shit. We got all kind of stuff. And when you get stuff, and as you get older, you'll get more and more stuff. Honey, you have fears. And you don't feel like you're not the only one. So maybe if you don't say anything about it, doesn't mean that you're not identifying with it. Right? That's all I'm saying. I got to go to MRI. I was every 6 months, and now they want to see me in 3 months to see if I got a couple of little spots. But they don't think it's cancerous. But we got to see. Gamage Carter, go to bed. Take your ass to sleep, honey. That my mama used to tell me, Tim, stop talking. You gonna just stop talking in the middle of words. And if you didn't stop talking, she hit you with what we call the meterizer, right? That's what she do, her knuckle like this. As if she was trying to dig her thoughts down into your. Hi, Diamond Butterfly. Thank you for super chat. That's very generous of you. Who was the lady and daughter reading? Wait a minute. Who was the lady and daughter reading and dragging 5 for filth? The lady and daughter. Oh, so that's Tracy D and Demi did it. Did they have a response? Now that I want to see. Hold the hell on, honey. Was there a lady and daughter reading her today? That would the whole video, the whole thing was about Tracy D. Basically, it was more about Tracy D than it was about 5 Monster. The whole thing was about Tracy D. So it is right that she would respond to her, and she's pretty quick-witted. So I was waiting for that. Her daughter's name is Demi Did It. So they are mother and daughter who are very close, and they do a lot of things together. So we would definitely go and check that out. Thank you for the information, Diamond Butterfly. I'm suspecting that's who it is. Hey, Beefin 313. Oh, how you doing there, brother? Troy Allen. We hear about the bad reaction, but for every bad reaction, how many good reactions do we have? I'll let you know how it works out for me when I get my vaccination. Right. No, there are millions. Honey, there are millions for every one person that we hear about that had a bad reaction. I mean, there's only a handful of them that we're hearing about, both on here and on the news. Every once in a while you hear about something, but it makes the news. So it couldn't be happening that often if it's making the news for somebody to have a reaction, but somebody can have a reaction to any drug. Like I said, any vaccine you take, they tell you, wait, don't go out yet, just so we can cover our own ass. You don't fall out in the goddamn parking lot. Okay, the Ms. TR, Al Capone died of cardiac arrest, so he had a heart attack in 1947, but his decline began earlier after his transfer to Alcatraz. It's up here. His mental and physical condition deteriorated from paresis, a late stage of syphilis. Yeah, he lost his mind in syphilis. Okay. Thank God that's been eradicated. But I think you still got to get. I don't think it's a vaccine for syphilis, is there? I believe you get syphilis, you have to go down and get shots for it, get penicillin for it. But fortunately, one good thing about HIV is because back in the gay community, back in the 80s, 70s, should say, 70s, early 80s, there used to be lines outside of every VD clinic, right? Because people were having sex so willy-nilly. They always, at the end of the weekend, honey, you had to go get tested to see if you got syphilis. You picked up something. People go to bathhouses and have sex with all these damn people because it was free love at that time in our communities, right? When HIV came along, those lines disappeared. I mean, virtually they disappeared. People were not getting syphilis and gonorrhea because they were protecting themselves against HIV, right? So I guess people who are still active could still be exposed to those things, but those lines disappeared everywhere, all over, and I was around, believe me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let people know a BP 313. I'll certainly tell you what happens with me. I don't think anything bad will happen, but you never know. I just resent the video I need you to read, Melinda. You just resent it's an email. Okay. Hold on a second. Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second, darlings. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, forgive me for not getting back to you. Hold on. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I did get your message, and forgive me for not getting back to you. I've been busy with some things today, and I neglected my email. Sometimes I don't even go in there and check it even. But yes, I will contact you. Absolutely, I promise you. Okay. Pfizer and Moderna. My whole family works for pharmaceutical companies, or several members of my family. Pfizer and Moderna, not those two, which concluded more than 30,000 participants each, suggest that most people experience the worst side effects after the second jab. Okay. All right. Well, sometimes you have to take a day off. I mean, I don't know how long the side effects last, but if you got to go be sick today, just take that day off, honey, and go lay down. Just recognize that, okay, I might get sick for a couple of days. It's worth it. If I can walk outside without feel like I could be killed, I think it's worth it. Yeah, thank you, brother, for the super chat. I appreciate you guys. You too, Diamond Butterfly. Girl, they'll probably push your love. They'll push your body off the property. Them hospitals real careful. They'll mind you dying. Just don't die here. Mm-hmm. Be quiet, baby. Y'all hear those skateboards? What you doing? Standing on your hind legs? My baby can stand on his hind legs. A lot of dogs can't do that. He's so lightweight. If I hold his leash a little bit, he walks. I walk him sometimes on his back two legs. And if I have I can't say the word, but if I have a certain item in my hand, he'll walk to it on his back feet. Okay. Mm-hmm. Laughter is definitely good medicine, honey. That's why we have YouTube. We can come on and laugh at these fools. Demi did it, and her daughter dragged her. Oh, I got to go see that, Rhonda. Rhonda McGee. I think that girl has Tracy D has a very sharp tongue. That's why 5 Mounts don't want to take her down to San Antonio with her. She said, "Oh, I know she can handle some do some work, honey. Do some work. You can ring my bell, ring wrong, ringy." I was just hanging some artwork. People don't get the wrong idea. Tim Big Pharma is censoring the stories about bad side effects. And hi there, Big Rainey's joint. You think they're censoring stories about bad side effects? I don't know. When you talk in millions, I mean, you know how people know how much a million people is? A million people, and you can pick out 2 or 3 people, 5 people, 10 people out of a million, each million. They got to vaccinate. What's the number? They got to vaccinate something like, what are they, 300 million people here? So at least 200 million people got to be vaccinated to have 70%. God did not give you the spirit of fear, honey. Walk in faith. God, what do you want me to do? I don't think it does communicate. The spirit communicates with us. The spirit of God, and God is spirit, right? Meditate. God, what shall I do? Tell me what should I do? Oh, tell me what should I do? That's from the Wiz. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the spirit it will tell you inside the right answer. I think if we're still enough, the right answer will come. I'm hoping for all of us that the right answer will make us more healthy and not less healthy. We've lost enough people, honey. Okay, on that note, people. Hi, Tracy. Why are you bringing me in so late? Oh, they said a lot of people were live at the same time. I got to get my tail over here and see what these ladies have to say to the fire monster in reaction to a documentary made about their lives without their permission. All right, you guys. And don't forget, people in Babe Nation, get your money. No, I don't care how you feel. Get your money. You don't want the money, give it to your children. Later.